Lesha, I didn't receive any feedback, Mrs. Kamara, with a smile playing at the corner of her cheeks, like she was having the greatest time of her life. Of course she was having a good time after all. She enjoyed seeing vulnerable people squirm under her and plead their cases and situations to her. It was her way of letting them know she was better off than any of them. As a matter of fact, that's why they sleep on her apartments. I'm sorry, Madam Lesha. You know, due to the situation worldwide and the state of our jobs, salaries don't make it in time, and we are in no position to meet our deadlines as of this month. However, give me a week and all will be well. I will sure sort our situation soon. She watched the older woman smile up at her, her half-grey hair escaping the scarf she roughly tied around her head. A baby she had just had 7 months ago in her arms, pulling at her blouse and asking for attention to be fed. Despite the graying head, Madame Lesha was no more than 38 years of age. Despite the fact that her body size and her share of life experiences wore her down and contradicted her actual age, the woman would pass for 50 and on. Of course, COVID has affected majority of us. She sneered back at her attendant. Yes, it's not been a good time for almost everyone, Mrs. Kamara agreed, folding her arms under her breasts to keep herself from rubbing them out of tension over what the madam had to say. The woman was full of negativity, always trying as hard as she can to find faults in people. There was a time she had complained to Mrs. Kamara that her second child, Tracy, was too unfit to wear skirts. Why make her wear them if they make her uglier? She had asked. 1 week. So you're sure it's going to be just a week? Because as you see, I too have a family and not working at the moment. She looked straight into Mrs. Kamara's eyes. I can't have my children eat silverfish and eggplants for long, you know, while you feed yours on yogurts and all fast foods the market has in stock. Do you even know the price of silverfish, Mrs. Kamara? She wore no smile now, but looked up at Mrs. Kamara like a mother scolding a daughter, ready to strike just in case she answered wrong. Do you? She tore her gaze away and lingered slightly on the baby in her arms. Well, a week it is, Mrs. Kamara. Failure to meet this, get ready to attach any house property of yours in the name of rent and prepare to vacate and hand over my house. You can leave now. She waved her hand, dismissing her like a child wasting her time over nothing. Vacate? Her hands off her chest and holding her head, staring at her feet. Of course, that's what I said, with a smile like she was delivering great news. Madame Lesha, you're evil. She stormed out of the madam's house as her loud evil laugh walked her out the door. Pay up and I will be a sweetheart, Kamara, she called out to her. Old bitch, she spat as she made it to her house, her mind already working on what to do. Her house was ready, but the electricity process was taking time and the kids' rooms were not yet painted. Talia, I want you to start packing as soon as you can. We're leaving this place in a week, she called to her. She called to her daughter as she made her way to her bedroom. Electricity will meet us there. She knelt on her knees and peered under her bed, retrieving a large black box. "I'm sorry, my home savings, but you gotta pave way for us now," she said as she slipped the lid off the box, coughing hard from the dust at the lid. It's been 3 years since her husband died, and this box belonged to him. He had always put his family's home savings in there. Each time she had asked for anything unplanned for, he had always put out the box and granted her request. When he died, she had pushed it far away and never found the strength to open the box. It had been opened 1,000 times for her by her husband, and opening it herself brought tears back. She missed her husband more, especially in such times. Sniffing and blowing her nose, she removed the softer cover. "What the... Talia!" she called her daughter, tears of both shock and joy trailing down freely now. "Mommy, are you okay?" Her head halfly into her mother's bedroom. She had been a shoulder for her mother since their father's death. She had practically played mother to her little brother and sister, while her mother struggled to find her job. "Talia, come see, my girl." She smiled through tears. "Whose is it?" She could feel the panic in her daughter's voice. She hugged her tight and whispered, "Papa, this is enough to pay this month's rent, paint your rooms and smooth out our life for a while, Talia." "Papa," she held her daughter as she shed her share of tears at the mention of her dear father. "Thank you, Kelvin." She offered a silent prayer and thank you to her husband up there. "Thank you."